Greetings. This is Maki Conscious again, another Maki Conscious view. As I always say, all that I say is my view or my opinion. Subscribe to the channel. Send to all your friends and family around the world. This particular view I want to address the Will Smith Cliff Rock situation. I want to first of all state that these two gentlemen are movie stars. Very good actors. They act various movies, make you laugh, they make you cry, they make you bawl, they make you do all kind of things. So they are great movie stars. This what they did on stage could be another movie. It could be an actor script is written for it and it was agreed to be done. Could have been, I don't know, I can't say. But if it was a movie, it was a nicely acted one. It could also be a situation where they create a scenario, a space, some conversation, some information, people to chat all kind of things, and something new is coming, something different is coming, somewhere else in the world. It could be a new movie to be released. It could be them, keep them in the media talking what there is. So if that is it, I welcome it, and we agree and we approve it. No big deal. Now on the other side, what if that was not the case? What if that was not the case? Both of them could be blamed or one could be blamed. And I don't want to say, I remember I said before, this is my opinion, how I see it. It's when it comes to comedy, Cliff Rock, Chris Rock, whatever the name is, he has always been doing these things, making fun at people on stage for the laughter of even Will Smith, who was in the audience, killing himself a laugh before. They have always done these things. They draw a man in the audience, draw a man in the crowd, whatever there is. And it is said, this is said, that is said, and that is said. And at the end of it, it is gone. The people in the room welcome the joke and leave it alone. I don't think when this Brethren Rock said what he said, he meant anything to be derogative to the man's wife or anything regarding the illness. It was just another joke. But whatever there is, that is his business. So let us say what he said. You know what's in the apology? He says, if what I said offend you, I am sorry. That means he never said if you offended. But if what I'm saying offend, I'm sorry. Argument done. On the other side, Will Smith is one of my favorite personalities, As a matter of fact, both of them are an example of successful black people that many of us and our children want to be like. Many of us out here, we appreciate their success, and it's a symbol of greatness with black people to reach that heights in the world. They are rich, they have money, they have this, they have clout. Will Smith in particular is a motivational speaker. He motivates a lot of people with some of the things he says, some of the comments he makes. And of course, human beings are prone to make mistakes. So let us say both of them, whichever of them you want to consider wrong or right, whatever it is done, let us consider it a mistake. And you might be forgiven if you made a mistake, if you prepare yourself to learn from it. But what I want to draw out of all of this right now is what example did it set for the rest of us as black people that want to be like these people? And how are they going to come back? And whatever apology to be said, it's not Will to apologize to Chris Rock, nor Chris Rock apologize to Will. They both need to apologize to the rest of us who hold them in such high esteem, and all that went on should not be done unless it is in a movie. Will Smith, I will throw him under the bus for one particular reason, and I always say this. We as a people are very weak to what people say about us, and we allow the words of a man's mouth to activate your muscles to violence. As far as I'm concerned, Will Smith, he got violent. He allowed the words that was said about his wife, not even about him, It was said about his wife. I personally believe if a man is walking with his woman and another man says something derogative to either you or your wife, you can continue your journey. If a man come back and do something physically to you or attempt something physically, or you and your wife, you have a right to defend it in self-defense. If Will Smith never said nothing, if he didn't act or say anything, all this conversation would be left in that room. I would not hear what Chris Rock said. because when I saw the video in the box, it now caused me to rewind my tape several times to try to analyze, and many millions of us around the world have done the same thing, just to pay attention to find out what was said. Will Smith amplified the entire thing by his reaction. To me, Will Smith is the one that blew it out of proportion, because cause all of us to want to defend with our attack, whether or not he said right, whether he said wrong, or whatever there is. Will Smith is the one that is to be blamed for blowing all of this out of proportion. Because when he said what he said, people laugh like every other joke and it gone. You get it, you don't get it. Most of the time, a lot of people don't even get the joke that the comedian made. But when this man put it out, you put it on the stand, you put it on the pedestal, and what Will Smith further have done, you got up out of the audience and you walk all the way in front of the camera, in front of the millions of people around the world, including some of us who got it on our phone 1 million times, and you shot them on a box. That is a weakness on Will Smith's part, to allow the man to activate his muscle with his words of his voice. And that is what caused violence among many of us, where whatever people say to you, you take it physical. And violence breeds violence. It probably the next thing you might hear about a lawsuit, which never necessary if it never starts. One may want to say I am hard on Will Smith. Of course, you have your view and your opinion as well. But the truth is, whatever a comedian does, a stand-up comedian does, is what Chris Rock always do. They make fun at people in the audience, on-the-spot comedy. If you notice, he didn't even have a script. He was speaking. Many of these comedians speak from their mind, from their mouth, from their head, what they see around them at the moment, and they make jokes of it. So he has been doing what he has always been doing. Of course, there are times when you have a slip of the tongue or whatever there is, and you may say what you're not supposed to say. But when it comes to Will Smith, this has blown it so much out of proportion, but there are laws that exist to protect all of these things. If one say things about you or against you or whatever, there's a law that says defamation of character. And you go out and you get a relevant law that takes the man into court to deal with what he has said about you, defamation about yourself or your wife or your family. That exists. Likewise, there are laws that when a man slap you, you can take it to the court as well, and you can sue for damages or whatever there is where all of that is concerned. So once the laws exist to take care of things for us, we as people must avoid taking things in our own hands. Because law exists and I hope our law can be set up like that, swift action and swift justice to things that people say about you or things that do to you, so we don't physically address our things ourselves. Just imagine on stage, Chris Rock was one of the, let's say, arrogant Jamaican man. You slap him in front of the crowd, and he retaliates instantly. It could be a brawl, a fight. He could have a knife and he stab Will. He could have his gun, he pull it and he shot him and he dies on the spot. What will happen next? Of course, he will go to jail and the court will be tried and whatever there is and whatever. But whatever become of it, Will Smith could have been dead. And the same wife that he is defending gets his wealth. 2 years down the line, she married someone else. With his wealth and he's gone, she could marry the same Chris Rock, if he's not yet married, and enjoy the wealth of some of the man he killed. How do we think when we do things? Sometimes we can't think in the middle of the heat, but when we are in the limelight and in this kind of place in the society, we have to know what we do. We have to always think twice. If you're standing under a tree and you hear a tree go crack over your head, the first thing you do is look up. The average man run. No, don't run. Look up and see where the tree is falling, because you may not need to run. Many people run and you're falling at the falling tree because it wasn't falling where you are. It might sound strange, but these are some of the techniques that we need to do in our life. More time we all make mistakes and we know that. We do that. But if sometimes we start program with thoughts and we mind into something before that, we might just prevent a lot of things. And as we say, our law, we hope our law set up just the same, that we can stop relying on ourselves to defend ourselves, because when we try to defend yourself, your head hot at the time. And you can go out your way and say or do what you shouldn't do. So make Chris Rock did. Will Smith should have, in my view, handle it differently based on his stature. But as we say, as a human being, my only request of him, come out back So we can apologize and say, yeah man, I want away and he make a mistake and I know he never mean it inside them. You know, business what them want to do in a court. I am caring about what? How we see it, how we feel about it, or me particularly. If nobody else no see it my way, just apologize to me alone. That me say. We as black people need to understand ourselves. So when we're in a position of authority, we're in a position of heights, physical height, financial height, blackness heights, successful heights, we must remember so we stop live for ourselves alone. We become a role model to the rest of people who gravitate to you, whether in your music, whether in your acting, whether in your career, whether in your business, whether in your political achievement or whatever there is. There are many people out there that want to be like you. You are responsible for causing many persons who want to be like you to want to be like you on a negative side. So let us come out of the selfishness because we think we're successful. Let us remember that when you walk with certain level of esteem, certain level of things, and your life. Them say if you live a life for yourself alone and you don't make any contribution to the next generation, you might as well not be in here. May I say right now, I don't know what the outcome can be. I hope it can be settled amicably. But what I require from Will Smith at this particular point in time, I can't tell Chris Rock to apologize. Of course, apologize if what I said have offended you. I understand that. Don't make fun at people's sickness, but man can make fun at anything is how you take it. A man can call you anything is how you take it. That signifies the importance of what a man say, because if he did not say nothing, most people wouldn't hear and wouldn't see it the way you see it if you never say nothing at all. So right now, may I blame Will Smith, my brethren, the man who I watch from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I watch him grow, I watch him, and I will say he is still my favorite black actor. Even, this, if it is a movie, he did a good job. So as we say, this is my view, Maki Conscious view. Jalev.